Good evening, everyone. This is Mr. Taylor with Young Engineers of Today. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday and had a great weekend. Just let's get started. If you can hear me, raise your hand. Great. Eric, Jean-Marc, Jesse, Catherine, Luke, Marissa, Maya, Noah, Seth. All right. A few more. Alex, Elizabeth. Excellent, excellent. Seems like most people. All right. Next. If you can see my screen, raise your hand. All right, great. Alex, Elizabeth, Eric, Jean-Marc, Jesse, Catherine, Maya, Keller, Seth, Sam. All right, everybody, fantastic. Anthony, Drew. All right, go ahead and put your hands down. Okay. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. Enjoyed the Super Bowl if they got to watch it. As well as hopefully you've been working with some Tinkercad. I've seen some cool things people have uploaded into Edmodo. Just as a reminder, over the course of the semester, if you would like a Tinkercad or SketchUp file printed for you, please keep it relatively small, as well as make it an STL file. If you can get us those, Mr. Dubik or myself, we will print those for you over the course of the semester. Um, for example, Jean-Marc printed out a Android character that he designed, and we printed that out on Thursday of last week for the Charlotte Lab. We'll try to get those printed throughout the semester and get those to you. Okay? Yes, Marissa. Marissa, you're
Um,
unmuted.
okay. So can like what is the like STLC or whatever you just said? Because
STL
I
files, that's what, if you're using Tinkercad and when you go to download it as a 3D, as a file, we went over that last Wednesday. You can go back and see that in the webinar.
yeah,
It's
I watched the webinar today, but I think I might have missed that part.
okay. Just go back and watch. All it is when you go under its design, when you want to actually download the file, you have options of different ways of saving. Kind of like Microsoft Word. If you want to save it as a period DOC, that stands for Microsoft
Okay.
Works. PowerPoint is period PPT. Um,
Okay.
it's the same thing. STL is the code file, what it'll save as. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Um, any other questions? All right. As a reminder, this Saturday, to those in Raleigh, you will have a webinar, or excuse me, a lab with Mr. Dubik at the Science House. All right, we're going to be looking at architecture this week and using a online design software for architecture. Okay. Now, this architecture software we're going to be using is called Architect Studio 3D, and we'll be learning about that over the course of today and on Wednesday. And also, hello, Catherine, and to everyone else who typed in. Now, some basics of architecture: consultation, design, and construction are some key features. Design, meaning manipulation of physical characteristics of size and shape, texture, proportion, scale, mass, and color. So there's a lot that goes into architecture design. Um, how big is it? What are the shapes that you're going to be using? Texture, like what are the materials? Proportion. The scale, the mass of things, the colors you're going to use. And you got to take these into consideration to the environment you're going to be using them. So order, the arrangement, organization elements, and putting these all together so they are appealing and visual. Um, and maybe you want contrast. It all depends. Okay. All right, let's do it real quick. Someone, Drew, is asking if he can hear me clearly. If you can hear me, raise your hand. Okay, great. All right, thank you. Now, aesthetics, artistic component of architecture, meaning how do you want it to look? Um, the visuals to it. Is it appealing? Are you trying to make it stand out? Having that artistic characteristic. Okay, no problem, Catherine. So these are things you need to take in consideration. Okay. Architects use skill, inspiration, input from their clients to design buildings, and architects use knowledge of design, history, and structure to create these buildings that function well for each client's needs. All right. Now, there's a design process that you go through that you're trying to find the problem, whatever you want to do. You collect information. Where are you building it? Is it in the city? Is it in the country? What does your client want? So you want to know what materials, what are the costs. Then you come up with ideas, you brainstorm, you analyze ideas. You develop solutions, you create a model to test. You present your ideas to others for feedback. In this case, maybe you present this idea or this model to your clientele who hired you. You take that feedback from others and you improve it. All right. And as you notice, this doesn't go just in one way. It's back and forth. Okay. The goal is to move around clockwise, but it's a give and take. You're constantly using them all together. Okay? Now, modern architecture has features. Form follows function. You want a clean style. Structures are presented, incorporate materials into the aesthetic. So you're adding these materials with artistic feel. Okay. One of the most famous architects from within the modern architecture era is Frank Lloyd Wright. Um, has anyone heard of Frank Lloyd Wright or seen any of his pieces of work? This design here below he created. He designed a lot of very artistic. You see the artistic aspects in the flow to things. He was very forward thinking. Here is Falling Water, another one of his very famous works. It actually the house incorporates the river and the like waterfall in the house. Very cool. He designed structure. There's a house. I forget where it's at, but it's a actual full circle, but you don't feel the circle as much inside. Now there are models that you can buy. Lego actually makes a few of these models. I can show you some of those next class. All right. Now, and the software we're going to be using, another reason I'm talking about Frank Lloyd Wright is the fact that the software is designed around him as your guide, mentor. Okay. You cannot buy Falling Water. It is actually a park now, where in the state of Pennsylvania, it is one of the state parks. You can actually go see it if you would like, though, Catherine. As you typed in. You cannot buy it. I know some of his other houses he designed, people do own them, but this one is actually like a landmark, so it's protected. Oh, it's a great question. Thank you for all of you for participating. Now, clients. Clients are very important. Clients hire architects. They define the kind of space that you would like built. Clients expect personalized designs based on their needs, taste, and budget. And those can be from a local homes to skyscrapers to businesses and everything in between. Now, another key importance is the site, the location. Uh, every building is built on a site. Now, we have to take into consideration, where is that site? You don't want to build a skyscraper out in the middle of the country. That doesn't feel the same way. All right. Taking the site into consideration is very important. You want to have this relationship with the building and the environment. Right. Now, here are just some images of different sites. And I'll give you a moment so you can look over this and read everything. And you probably notice these things as you start thinking about when you're out with your parents driving around, going here, going there, picking up things. You'll notice that there is like a flow. The environment is taken in consideration so much with design and architecture. Now, now there's some other characteristics. There's standardized sizes for drawings. And when we're doing some sketches and drawings, depending on what you're doing, you will use certain dimensions to represent. And what we're going to be using, there's the standards of widths. And it's going to be basically 3 by 3. So that's how you know the dimensions. So you want to take that in consideration in what you're building and designing here, okay? And what you're going to be using here is, I stated, this is the dimensions for this software that we're going to be using today. Now, there's different types of drawings, almost like blueprints, if you will. Architects use different types of drawings to lay out the design of a building and decide how it looks when it's done. Helps them experiments with the best use of space for the site. It also gives their clients ideas of what they will be getting. In the 4 types we're going to be looking at are floor plans, exterior elevation, section, and rendering. Okay? Now, the first one, floor plan, is a bird's eye view of the interior layout of a building. So this is as if you were looking down in it. And what happens is there's a lot of symbols that'll help you realize that are standardized. And you can probably start seeing it. Raise your hand if you've ever seen one of these. Okay, Marissa, Maya, wow, just about everybody. Okay. Can anyone pick out any of the symbols that you think some of them are? Let's go with Alex. Yes, Alex. What symbol do you in there you think you know what it is?
I see some doors.
Okay, doors. Great job, Alex. Thank you for participating. Let's go with Catherine. Catherine, what are you seeing there?
I was gonna say the same thing.
You don't see anything else that you could probably know what it is just by looking at it. Window. Window.
What?
Window. Catherine.
Okay.
What did you say? Window? Oh, great job, Catherine. Window. All right. Anyone else? I'll put your hands down in case you have a different idea. Go ahead. Raise your hand again if you see anything else. We'll go with Marissa. Marissa, what do you see in there?
I think I see stairs, hallways.
Very good. Stairs, hallways. Great job. Thank you, Marissa. And we have Anthony.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
There's there. I see a bathroom, with a bath and some furniture.
Okay, great job. Nice job. I'm glad your internet's working now. I can hear you pretty well now.
No, we can't hear you. We're having bad internet.
Okay, all right. Thank you for telling me. All right. Catherine states she sees walls. Okay. All right. The next one is an exterior elevation, is a view of the outside of the building from one side. So you're only seeing one side of it. In this case, we're looking straight on at the house. You can make out the roof features, the chimneys, doors, windows, the walls. So you get a feel of the design, okay? Yes, Jesse. Jesse?
Yeah.
You have your hand raised.
That was for the other one.
Oh, okay. Would you like to share anything that you see here?
I think I see a deck.
Yes, very good, very good. Nice job, Jesse. Thank you. All right. That's our. So we have floor plans, exterior elevations. All right. Now we have a section. A section is a view through the middle of the building as though the building was cut in half. And what I want you to notice is that you have part of the exterior out edging, but you can also see the inside. So you can see the multiple floors and start getting a feel as if like those large doll houses or like action figure like bat caves, when you can open it up and you can actually see the outside of it, but you can still see the inside. Raise your hand if that makes sense to you. Very good, very good. Okay, Catherine said it's like a cake. Okay, seeing the inside of a cake, cutting a cake in half. Very cool. You can still see the icing and everything on the outside and all your birthday candles, but at the same time, you can see the frosting layers and caramely goodness on the inside. All right, great job, everybody. Now, you have looked at sectionals, elevations, and floor plans, and now we have a rendering. Rendering is like a portrait of the building. It's usually a view of the outside of the finished building on its site. Renderings are often in color and make a beautiful piece of art. Renderings are usually like like I said, look like paintings, but a lot of times you'll see these where they already have like the landscaping done, and sometimes they'll have people like walking around and interacting to try to give it more of a realistic view with it, so you can see what you would think it would look like in the environment around it. A lot of times they'll do this with skylines, with skyscrapers. They'll add it in so it looks like what it would look like blending into the rest of the city. The school I work at just got built, and when they were showing us the floor plans as well as the renderings, the rendering was really cool because they already had like the bushes and stuff put in. Granted, it doesn't always come out the same way, but it gives you a better idea of what it would look like in the environment that it's setting. Okay. So once again, that is floor plans, elevations, sectional, and renderings. Now, proportion. In architecture, proportion is a relationship between your size and the size of the space you are in. Architects understand that people feel differently in different size spaces. They tend to fit in smaller and larger spaces and larger and small spaces. But making a space too large can make you feel lost, and making it too small can make you feel constricted. What you're going to be doing on this website is each square in the floor plan, as I stated before, is 3 by 3 spaces. 3 feet is typically the width of the doors and hallways. Keep this in mind while designing. Now, I've been to the Biltmore. Biltmore is this massive house in Asheville, all right? When I was there were rooms that literally made me feel really tiny. We're going to be using the website, Marissa. We're getting to that. I'm trying to help build it up, like get you pumped for it, all right? It's like being in a gymnasium. A gym is really big. It serves a different purpose. But you can, and it's like rooms that are, you want a bigger feel to it. A lot of times they design rooms with taller ceilings. Is the room wider? Is it longer? No, it feels bigger. And a lot of times they'll do this with homes by just increasing the ceiling by 2 feet. Going from an 8-foot ceiling to a 10-foot ceiling can really make a difference. And it's something. Has anyone ever felt like this, where they've been in a room where when you really looked at the dimensions of it, it wasn't that big, but it made it feel bigger? Would anyone like to discuss that? I'll call on you. Okay, Eric. Eric, go ahead. Explain it.
Oh, I was just saying I've been in one of those rooms at like a hotel in the waiting room. Sometimes they have like a really high ceiling in like the lobby.
Yeah, but is the lobby really that much bigger?
I mean it's pretty tall, the ceiling.
Okay, ceiling's taller, but is the width of the room? Does it make the width feel bigger or the length?
I mean, I guess probably kind of both. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. All right. Good. So you're
It
extracting that
certainly
heat.
looks big. I mean,
Yeah, it makes it look really big. Very good. Thank you, Eric, for sharing. And Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Oh, our garage is like, I would guess maybe 14, 13 feet high, where it's like, it's not, it seems a really, really big room, but I don't remember the exact measurement, but it's like maybe 20 by 25 feet.
Yeah. So it feels like it's a bigger room than it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you drop that ceiling down, it probably wouldn't feel the same way.
No.
Yeah. Thank you, Drew. Very good. Yes. Marissa, if you get the chance to go to the Biltmore, go for it. It's pretty awesome. All right. Now, Sir clicks a lot here. Drawing symbols. How do people who construct buildings know how to read the plans? All architects use a standard set of symbols on their floor plans and elevations so that the builders will understand how to read. This is something that's universal. It's kind of like measurement. You try to use they use the same symbols, so no matter if I am the architect and let's say Marissa's the builder and Alex is the contractor, even if we're not all together, we can all know what is being supposed to be built here and designed here. It keeps everyone on the same page. Okay. All right. Exterior. Exterior is taken into consideration. The materials, the landscape, and the roofs. There's a variety. What are you building the exterior out of? Is it going to be metal? Is it going to be wood? Fiber cement, insulated siding, polymer. Now, as well as the roof shape. What is that roof shape going to be like? Is it going to be a slanted shed roof? Actually, the house I live in a townhouse, and I have a shed roof style. It is slanted. Or do you have a gabled roof that comes to a point? That's the type of roof I grew up in house. Or a gambrel roof. All this needs to be taken consideration. And going back to, we talk about the client. Nice one, Marissa. So these are things you want to take into consideration. And as an architect, how does that feel with the environment? What are you trying to convey? What does your client want? Does it mix in with everything else? Now, these exterior materials, are you going to be using a brick or stone? And on this website, what you're going to be using is a variety of materials to design a house. So you'll get to pick what you want the house to be designed out of. And you can make it more modern, more traditional, and that's up to you. As well as there's other things people take. It's not all about look as well. Materials that are chosen also serve a purpose. For example, as a hint, stone keeps out the cold and holds up well against weather and age. Wood is easy to build with and can be painted, so you can try different colors. So what are you trying to use for? What is you're looking for longevity, a very solid structure? Are you giving the opportunity where you can paint it and change it? Let's see here. All right. Any questions, concerns so far? And Logan posted MC Edit on Edmodo, so let's thank him for that. And everyone can check that out. That'll be helpful with what we talk about the Minecraft. All right. Now, with landscaping, just digging a little bit deeper into it. Think about your own homes. Where do you want trees? Do you want bushes? Do you want plants? Do you want flowers? With even regards to bushes and plants, do you want deciduous, where the leaves change with the seasons, or do you want evergreens? As well as, do you want a grassy area or do you want rock? What do you want? And you can design that into the house as well. And especially in a lot of nowadays with green architecture, where you put trees at can help keep your house cool in the summer and warmer in the winter if you have your house facing the sun. And you can put that tree in there. It helps with the interior climate control. Yes, Catherine.
I want to say that I don't remember what museum this was, but the roof was called like a green roof, and there was like grass on the roof, and flowers.
Very cool. Yeah, I read about a building that actually, instead of having its pipe, its water and everything, and its waste go into like the city, it was at a college, and what the building, the architecture and scientists designed the building to, all the waste would go into a natural like swamp, and it would break down, the bacteria would naturally like break down all the waste. And granted, they had to be more selective what went into it. The water would be recycled by itself naturally. And
Oh,
then
cool.
so they created their own like water cycle to do that. But thank you for bringing that up, Catherine. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
All right. Marissa, I'll have to look that up. Okay. I don't know off the top of my head. Yes, Marissa, you have a question. Marissa, yes.
Okay, so it says on the screen about landscaping. Is that the same thing as architecture? I mean, I know it's not, but does the architecture the architect do they do it too? Do they do landscaping too, or do they hire someone else?
They can hire someone else, but it's taking in the design of the outside area of your exterior. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Maya stated she's seen white roofs that reflect sunlight for summertime. Luke stated he has bamboo in his backyard. Okay. Once again, just looking at roofs. And piggybacking off what Maya said, in the desert, usually houses will have flat roofs because they stay cooler in hot weather. And roofs come in a variety of different materials. Okay? For example, most of the home I grew up in had shingles. I've had friends' homes that had wood roofs, where they had the shingle pieces, but they were made out of, I want to believe, pine. But so there's different things, and that like terracotta tile. So different things. Okay. All right, let's get to an interior. With the interior design, interior of the house is much more than an arrangement of rooms and space. The design of a room appeals to many senses. Think about what your clients will see, touch, and experience in the house. Even the colors of certain things are designed. Blue is considered a calming color, while red is a fiery and passionate color. Will things in the room be made out of glass and metal to have a more modern industrial feel? While wood and tile tend to be more traditional. So taking consideration the visual, the tactile, what colors will, like for example, in your kitchen, do you have granite or do you have tile? What are the colors of it? What does it feel like? Does your kitchen blend into your dining room or kitchen nook? All these things people can take in consideration. Even the paint colors, okay? And there are people that you can go to college for interior design. The interior space, how is the inside of the house being used? Do you have rooms that have a work feel or relaxation? Or do you have an entertainment area? How do the rooms flow into each other? Do you have a hallway or does one go into another one? And a lot of times the way buildings and houses are designed, they have a flow to them. When you enter a certain area, do you want it to lead people into another area? Okay. Yeah, even still bunk beds, as might not be comfortable. All right, now a little bit more drawing symbols. You'll get to use sinks, toilets, bathtubs, doors, windows, just as some examples. Okay. Now, walls define spaces. They create rooms, support ceilings, and shape the space. What are the walls made out of? How do they look? How far away from each other are they? How do they interconnect? These are thoughts and questions you will be taking into consideration. As well as you need support in certain areas. I've been in rooms where the room will be very large, but in one area they'll have maybe like a decorative support beam. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that. And like the beam might be decorated in like wood trim or something, but that beam is there instead of a wall. But you need something to support the ceiling so it doesn't come down. So these are things that architects are taking consideration. Windows. Where do you have windows? Do you want windows on a certain side of your house because it allows a lot of light in? Do you want a bay window? Do you want a stained glass window? Do you want that aesthetic art feel or not? Yes, Catherine.
For that beam you were talking about, is that like a big column?
It could be like a column, yes. Okay. I've seen those, like you might have seen one at the bottom of a staircase where you look up the stairs and it's more open, and they might have a big column there instead of having a wall that goes all the way up the side, and it makes the entryway feel more open. Does that make sense, Catherine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for participating. All right. Oh, now, doors. Doorways provide access to different areas of the house. Doors control access while providing privacy. Is your door going to be very decorative? Is it going to have lots of windows in it? Is it going to be very basic? Is it going to try to save space? For example, instead of a door that swings open, that can take away from certain space. Will you have a sliding door? For example, in my 2 bedrooms of my home, I have a 2-bedroom townhouse. The doors that go from the both bedrooms have bathrooms connected. Instead of doors that open or swing, they actually have sliding doors that go into the walls to save space. So you can put more in the bedroom areas. So these are just different concepts. Such as, do you want to convey more light in your house by having a sliding glass door? And just things that we take for granted, but people did that on purpose. All right. Now, This is the software we're going to be using. Okay. Now, I'm going to send everyone the link. It's called Architect Studio 3D. And I'll give you time to download it. When you get to the link, you'll get either one or two images. You'll get this image here that'll say start and with a skip intro, or you'll get this image. Typically, if you get the start, you can hit start, but it's going to take you through like a little tutorial. Just hit the skip intro, and then you'll come to this page. Okay. Now, when you get to this, everyone, don't feel like I'm going to give you a moment to catch up. You will download a plugin to allow your browser to run this software. It's called the Unity Web Player. All right. It'll ask you to download this so we can do this. Now, as a backup, if it does not work, here, I'll show you this. So you can work on it during class. I will send, there is a Studio Lite. So let me know if you're having problems. And there's a light version. You just can't do as much 3D stuff, but you can still interact with it. Okay? Go ahead and download this. Let me know once you have it up and running by just typing in. If you have questions or concerns, raise your hand. Yes, Jean-Marc.
Mine says, like, whenever I try to search this, it says SSL connection error.
Even, did you use the website I sent you?
Yes. Wait, no. Let me try that. Okay, never mind.
Okay, thank you. Jesse, go ahead.
What do I do after I hit skip intro?
Install the Unity Web Player.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, Marissa.
Okay, so on my screen, or no, this on my screen it says you need Flash to view Architect Studio 3D intro. I don't know. Like I thought I had that, but
Are you on a PC or a Mac?
I'm on a PC.
Yeah, that's weird. And when you opened up the link, it said you didn't have. That's all right.
It said it had what?
I know. I'm just kind of. That's weird that I did that. This is what I want you to do, Marissa. Go on to Google and just Google 3D architecture or Google Architecture Studio 3D and try it that way. Okay.
Okay.
What web browser are you using?
I'm using Google.
All right. If it doesn't work,
Or no, are you like what do you mean web browser? As in
web browser, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer.
Yeah, that's sorry. I meant Firefox.
Okay, if that doesn't work, try to use a different web browser. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Eric, how can I help you?
Yeah, I just get to this picture of like the guy and then there's like a bunch of like things on the side.
Yes.
What do I hit?
Okay. Sorry, that's my fault. I went a little too quick.
Right there.
Design Studio.
Oh, okay.
Okay, click on the Design Studio. That's my apologies. I'm sorry, I rushed.
First, the Unity Web Player install.
Yep, and then you'll have that. Yep, install the Unity Web Player.
Sure.
Okay, thanks, Eric. Yes, Catherine.
When I try to download it, something pops up and it says install Unity Player package can't be opened because it is from an unidentified developer.
Okay, we had this issue last semester. What I want you to do
Okay.
is hit Control and click on it. Hold the
Click
click,
and click on what?
click on the download the icon.
Okay.
Now you'll have a box that'll say open,
Okay, let me see.
like this. Here, watch me.
Alright.
All right. No, that's a different one. Okay, you see that? If I click on it, it won't. You're getting this message, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If I hold Control and then I click on it, you see how it says open now?
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Jesse, how can I help you?
I think I still had my hand up from the other thing. I forgot to put it down.
Okay, all right, thank you. John Mark, you need help?
Okay, I'm not sure if this is just my computer, but every time I try to open it, it says the page is unresponsive, and it tells me to either kill pages or wait.
Okay. What browser are you using?
Google Chrome.
Okay, that should be fine. All right. All right. For the time being, what I'm going to do is give you this link, just because if it's not opening, use this Google short, and you can just use the Light Studio for class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's pretty much the same, but it's a little different. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Because it might be a Mac thing, and it might be just a software thing right now. Okay. Marissa, how are you doing?
So I did that. I put it in 3D Architect Studio. I pulled it up and it said the same thing. So I clicked on Flash Player, like download Flash Player, and I don't know what to do from now.
Okay, Flash Player is downloaded. Did it say it was downloaded and done? Like it ran itself?
Huh?
Like after you downloaded it, did it download and run itself through everything?
I don't know how to download it. I'm on the site right now and I'm pressing download Flash. It's free.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do from here.
Ask your parents after class to help you with that. Try using this Light Studio for right now.
I don't know how to do that. It says skip intro. You need Flash to view the Architect Studio 3D intro. Download Flash, it's free. Or you can skip the Architect Studio 3D intro and view the rest of the site. Enter
Skip
Architect.
intro. Skip intro.
Okay, so now it pulls up that weird picture.
Okay, good. Now, when you get to the weird picture, click on Design Studio.
There. Oh, okay, now it's working. Never mind. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, and then you'll click on the Unity Web Player. All right. Does anyone else need anything? Raise your hand. Yes, Catherine.
Okay, so I downloaded it and it actually said my download was successful. And then I X'd out from that tab. And then when I go back to Architect Studio 3D, it says, looks like you need Unity Player. Should I just come back to Architect Studio?
Try that, or if you're having a lot of problems, I won't use the Design Studio Lite, which is this. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
The only difference is you get to do 2D drawings. You just don't do 3D. That's the only difference.
Okay.
All right. Okay, go ahead. You're unmuted. Josh? Josh? You're unmuted. Yeah. Let's go with Alex. Alex, how can I help you?
But we've gotten to the light version. We couldn't get the architectstudio3d.org website to work very well.
Okay. Yeah, try the light version. If are you on a Mac or a PC?
Mac.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just use the Studio Light for right now. It has pretty much everything is the same except the one 3D aspect.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I get to the thing that I downloaded it, I opened it, and then I'm on the Web Player Mini thing pop up. Yeah. Then I try to install it, just gives me that pop up saying you can't download that like attention thingy or whatever.
Are you on a Mac or a PC, Eric?
Yeah. I'm using Google Chrome browser.
Okay. Use the Light Studio for right now.
Okay.
Okay. That's what's up in front. Keller suggested it to everyone. If you want to try using a different browser, it seems like he's having success with that. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, on the website, is there a shortcut to get to the Design Studio Lite?
I have it right here. The link. Or are
Okay.
you talking physically on the website?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you use this, this is a URL shortened hyperlink. I have right here where my arrow is going over top.
Okay.
Yep. Type that in. Or if you want, depending on how much you like to type, you can just type into like your Google Chrome 3D Architect Studio Lite. It'll come up too. Thank you. Marissa.
Marissa unmuted.
Okay, so two things. I can't remember the other thing I was gonna say, but the first thing I was gonna say is that I download Unity Player and I clicked on it on the downloads. Whoa, what's my computer doing? Oh, okay. So I don't know if it's working or not.
Okay.
It's saying installing.
After you install it, just go back to the website and refresh it. Okay.
Okay. And let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Earlier I was on Tinkercad and I was just looking at other things that people had built on there, and I saw a 3D, no, not a 3D, Raspberry Pi case.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. They're really cool. Yeah, but thank you.
That was it.
Okay, cool, Marissa. Thank you. Josh. Let's see. Okay, everyone. We're gonna move forward now. Now, to begin your design, you can click on Begin Your Design or Enter. Okay. Now, when you get into it, there's a help page, and this always comes up, You can close it out or you can go into the next steps. That is up to you. When you close out, one of the first things you have to do is select a client. Okay, this is either in the light version and it's in the 3D version. You have to select a client. All right. Once you select a client, you can select one client or multiple clients. Okay. If you use the arrows, it will scroll through a variety of clients. If you click on client needs, it lets you get more information about your client. So you can gain more info on what you need to design for them. Because basically, in this scenario, you're being hired by a client to build a home. Then, if you want to choose a client, you click on Choose Client. Okay. All right. Now, okay, good. Glad it's working, Josh. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, when I search the light version, it says not found. The requested URL was not found on this server.
Or this is the link. I typed a shortened hyperlink.
I entered that, and then just it says it's not found.
Okay.
It's telling me that it doesn't exist.
Okay. Well, I just sent out the link to everyone, so you should have it now. Yes, Marissa.
Sorry, I keep going back and forth because then I have a question, then I answer my own question. But also now I have a question, and well, not really a question. Is it okay that I press begin your design because
Yes, I'm actually. That's what I was explaining.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, back to after you do begin your design. As I said, you end up getting this screen. You can close it out, and then you just go to your clients. If you want more information about background on clients, we pretty much covered everything on that already. So you can select your client. Now, as I was saying, you can choose more than one client, or you can just move on to choosing a location. Okay, that is up to you. Now, you can select a location. And what you'll notice is that it will give you more information about it. But if you hit close or you hit continue, it'll take you to your locations. Now, you can choose from a variety of locations. You can click on choose location at the bottom of the screen, or you can scroll through and get detailed information about each location. Now, the thing that's important about scrolling through, if you just want to experiment and mess around with it, that's fine. But if you're trying to design it around your clientele, that is a different need. All right. Now, what I'd like you to do is for like the next 5 minutes of class, all I want you to do is go through and experiment with it. Okay. Next class, we'll go over all the other features. Okay. If you understand my instructions, raise your hand. Okay, Jesse, Noah, Jean-Marc, Drew. You must be clicking on a different feature. When you want to look at the client's needs, if you click on View Client's Needs, you click here. You click Choose this client, you click there. Then you have the option of still looking at client's need, changing your client, or do you want to add another person to client? No. If you only want one client, okay? You literally have to make your choice. Okay, thank you, Maya. Yep. Okay, great, Maya. Yes, Josh.
Yeah, the link for the light site isn't working. It says 404 page not found.
Okay, I also, if you look in the message board, I sent you the actual link.
Yeah, that's the one I typed in.
All you have to do is copy and paste it.
I did.
Okay, I don't know, man.
Okay.
Well, I'm confused. What's going on?
I missed the M and the L.
That will do it if you don't copy the whole thing. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Right. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, how would you copy and paste it again?
What type of computer do you have?
Mac.
You need to highlight it and hit Command C. That will copy it. Then go to your internet browser bar, and then hit Command V.
Command what?
Is your mom or dad there?
Wait, which one command? Command P or Command V? For pasting it.
Pasting it is Command V, as in van.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Yes, Marissa.
So, I picked a client and I picked a location,
Okay.
and now it's giving me all these different shapes, and it says floor plan, and then you can click on house height, exterior materials, or roof. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now.
Right now, you're just experimenting. There is no right or wrong answer. Because it's 6 o'clock, next class, we're going to go into how to use all that.
Okay.
Okay? I literally just wanted you to play a little bit, okay? All right, thank you, Marissa. All right, everyone, it is 6 o'clock. Next class, as you can see, we're going to go in how to use the Studio toolbar and go into all the features and characteristics on how to design your floor plans in your homes, okay? All right, everyone, thank you, as always, for being part of Young Engineers today. Have a great night, and we will go into this more next class. Thank you, and good night.